Hey everyone, it's Jim from Radio Wasteland Records, and it is time for our weekly check into some of the new releases headed to an independent record store near you. Just the highlights, though. I think I mentioned last week that as we get closer to Record Store Day Black Friday, we're going to be seeing a lot of stuff coming out. So we're just going to hit the highlights, as I mentioned, even though there's a lot of them to go through. If you'd like to see that full list, though, you can head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com. From there, just look for the upcoming release tab and click on that, and you can see everything that's scheduled for this upcoming week. On the new release front for Friday, the 15th of November, 2024, we've got kind of a controversial one, I guess. This is the brand new one from Linkin Park, and it's called From Zero. The description says that before Linkin Park, the first band name was Zero, except with an X. So this album title refers to both those humble beginnings and the journey they've undertaken. The description goes on to say that sonically and emotionally, this album is about past, present, and future. Two different versions to choose from. The standard translucent sea blue vinyl listing for about $28, and the indie exclusive translucent magenta colored vinyl listing for about $32. New stuff also from Shawn Mendes. This is an interesting one. The album is called simply Shawn, and this is coming on milky clear vinyl. The description says that this album was written and recorded over the past 2 years by Mendes across many sessions and locations. So again, Shawn, the new one from Shawn Mendes, coming on milky clear vinyl, kind of a whitish one. $33, the suggested list price on that. On the country side of things, we've got a few to cover. First up is Mind of a Country Boy, brand new stuff from Bryan. The description says that this new album contains 14 tracks, including the latest single, Love You, Miss You, Mean It. Brand new stuff from Bryan, Mind of a Country Boy, looks to be black vinyl, double LP listing for about $33. Then we've also got something brand new from Dwight Yoakam. This is called Better Days. This is his first release of new original material in 9 years. 12 brand new songs written and co-written by Yoakam on black vinyl, double LP also, this one listing for $33. And then we've got something new and interesting from Dolly Parton. This is called Smoky Mountain DNA, Family, Faith, and Fables. The description says that you can experience the rich legacy with Dolly Parton and family. Smoky Mountain DNA. This is a 3 LP set, has extensive liner notes, and it's an essential must-have collection that blends traditional country, bluegrass, pop, and rock, celebrating the Owens and Parton family's deep Appalachian roots. So Smoky Mountain DNA, Family, Faith, and Fables from Dolly Parton and family, triple LP. The list price on this, only $36 on black vinyl, by the way. Next up is a new Various Artists album called Songs for Humanity. The description says that Playing for Change presents the Songs for Humanity album, an unparalleled musical collaboration manifesting in the universal language and transformative power of music. Soulful melodies and poignant lyrics from a lot of artists such as Robbie Robertson, Ringo Starr, John Paul Jones, Carlos Santana, Slash, Jackson Browne, the Black Pumas, and many, many others. Some various artists from the Playing for Change label. This one listing for about $38. And then finally on the new release front, here is a big box set for you Lord of the Rings fans. This is the music from Lord of the Rings, a box set as performed by the City of Prague Philharmonic Orchestra. This is a 4 LP box set with some very cool looking inner sleeves on this, and price tag on that, not too bad. Listing for around $56. On now to the reissues scheduled for the 15th of November 2024, and we've got a fairly recent one getting a new reissue. From the Black Keys, this is their album Ohio Players, something being called a Trophy Edition, and really basically this says it's just a limited edition, double gold colored vinyl pressing of that recent album. Ohio Players by the Black Keys, this one listing for about $45. A 20th anniversary now coming from MF Doom and the album Food. This one coming on something called Sweet Tart Colored Vinyl. Originally released in 2004, Food is hailed as a classic hip-hop album full of inventive production, a remarkable wordplay, and unique themes. There's actually 2 versions of this, by the way. The double LP Sweet Tart Colored Vinyl listing for about $35. And then we also have a double LP on green and pink vinyl. This one also listing for about $34. Next up is the latest in that Rhino Records Now Playing series. This one is coming from Sugar Hill Gang. The Now Playing series, by the way, are these real low price point greatest hits albums, essentially. No track listing on this, but I can guess that Rapper's Delight is on here. Sugar Hill Gang now playing. The listed price on that is around $20. Next up, we've got 4 Black Sabbath reissues. Now, each of these is a 2024 remaster, and each of them is going to be on clear vinyl. We start off with Headless Cross, originally released in 1989. That's followed up with Tyr. I hope I'm saying that correctly. The Nordic name here. Tyr, the 1990 release. And then Black Sabbath's Cross Purposes next. That one originally from 1992. And then finally Forbidden from 1995. And again, all 4 of these Black Sabbath releases on clear vinyl. All 4 of them are a 2024 remix. And, by the way, all 4 of them come in at a suggested list price of $25. Speaking of Black Sabbath, we've got a various artists tribute album. I know I kind of like to avoid these, but this one's kind of fun. It is a stoner tribute to Black Sabbath, coming from Cleopatra Records and Deadline Music. The description says that this is the first ever vinyl pressing of this stoned heavy tribute album that features performances by Pentagram, Cancer Bats, Stone Jesus, Zakk Wylde is on here, and many, many more. It goes on to say that Black Sabbath laid the blueprint for stoner rock in the early 1970s, and now the next generation of hard rock bands gathered together for this epic salute to the mighty Sabbath. So that is a various artists stoner tribute to Black Sabbath on red and black marbled vinyl. Suggested list price on that is $28. Feel like I should issue a trigger warning with this next one. We've got a 15th anniversary edition of Feel the Steel from Steel Panther. For those of you not familiar, Steel Panther is an American comedic glam metal band from Los Angeles. If you know, you know. I'm not going to run down the list of song titles on here. You can get the idea. A little embarrassing, by the way, too. I've got a shirt just like that. I almost wore it today. Kind of glad I did not. List price for Feel the Steel, the 15th anniversary edition from Steel Panther, is $37. One music on vinyl release to tell you about this week, and it is Hellbilly Deluxe 2 from Rob Zombie. This is a limited edition gatefold Dracula colored vinyl. I think that just means red and black marble colored vinyl. Limited edition of 1,500 individually numbered copies of this one, by the way. Rob Zombie, Hellbilly Deluxe 2 on marble-colored vinyl. From Music on Vinyl, list price on that suggested at $39. And then for some reason this week, we have got a good supply of picture discs on the way. And we're starting off with a 40th anniversary edition of Iron Maiden's Power Slave. Not just a picture disc, though. This one is one of those Zoetrope picture discs. And what that means is that when spun properly on your turntable, the image creates an animation. So that's kind of a cool thing. Power Slave from Iron Maiden, the picture disc Zoetrope edition. That comes in at a suggested list price of $37. Another picture disc coming from Eric Carr. This is Unfinished Business. The description is a little cryptic, but it says comic book style and a poster included in on this as well. A picture disc from Eric Carr of Unfinished Business, $30, the suggested list price on that one. And then just because we've got an Olivia Newton-John picture disc coming out as well, If You Love Me, Let Me Know. This is celebrating the 50th anniversary of this album. And, well, it's a picture disc. What more do you need to know? This one listing for about $27. And then finally, a pair of picture discs coming from Ringo Starr. We have got Old Wave, the 1983 studio album, critically known as Ringo's most overlooked album and his solo masterpiece. This is our description, by the way. Produced originally by Joe Walsh and Russ Ballard, this release has never been released on picture disc before, so it's got that going for it now, which is nice. Old Wave, Ringo Starr, $30 the suggested retail price on that one. And then we also have a picture disc reissue of Stop and Smell the Roses from Ringo. This one also listing for about $30. And on that note, we've got 3 different versions of a 50th anniversary of Living in the Material World, the album from George Harrison. The description says that this was Harrison's highly praised second solo album of original music following the Beatles' breakup in 1970. So there is a single LP black vinyl version of this anniversary reissue, listing for about $35. Then we have an expanded or deluxe edition of this as well. The second disc includes outtakes and bonus material as well. Double LP, black vinyl, and a 12-page booklet plus a poster. The deluxe edition of Living in the Material World listing for about $65. And then just because it's not enough, we have a super deluxe box set 50th anniversary of this album as well. This one has a total of 6 pieces inside. The Super Deluxe box set features the album plus that second LP of bonus material, but also includes 2 compact discs, a Blu-ray disc with videos and session takes, a 7-inch vinyl single, as well as a 60-page hardcover book with all new liner notes and a 12-page booklet of recording notes. So a big box set of cool stuff if you're a fan of this album from George Harrison. Living in the Material World, the deluxe box set with Blu-ray and compact discs, coming in at a suggested list price of $175. Next up is a reissue from Kate Bush and her album 50 Words for Snow. This is something being called a Polar Edition. Does not appear to be on colored vinyl, however. The description simply says they're excited to announce the 3rd release in the Kate Bush series of illustrated reissues. So again, I don't believe this is on colored vinyl, double LP, but it does come with a special Christmas card. Kate Bush's 50 Words for Snow, the Polar Edition. Wow, this one listing for about $61. And then finally, we've got a box set from Steve Martin. This could be an interesting one, but it's basically just his comedy albums, and then one side of one of them is bluegrass music. So Steve in a Box, the Warner Years, 1977 through 1981. This set includes 4 albums: Let's Get Small from 77, A Wild and Crazy Guy 78, Comedy Is Not Pretty from 79, and the Steve Martin Brothers from 1981. And again, that's the one that has one side of a comedy stand-up act, live, and then the other side is bluegrass music. It's a very interesting package. But if you're a big fan of Steve Martin, you can pick up Steve in a Box, the Warner Years, 1977 through 1981, 4 LPs on black vinyl in a slipcase, listing for about $80. And that will do it for a quick check of some of the new releases headed our way for Friday, the 15th of November, 2024. If you're local and you see something you'd like us to pre-order, just contact us here at the store. But if you'd like to see that full list, you can head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com. From there, just look for the upcoming releases link, click on that. You'll see a PDF that lists all of the stuff coming out on the 15th. You can also pre-order off that list also, by the way. Just contact us here at the store and we'll put in that for you. So until next time, this has been Jim from Radio Wasteland. Thanks a lot for being here.